Thank you, Madison. A political legend in Arkansas, also serving at the national level, was laid to rest today. The service packed and full of other impactful leaders in Arkansas history as well.
Yeah, a week ago today, we learned that former senator, congressman, and Arkansas governor David Pryor died. He was 89 years old.
KARK's Samantha Boyd was at the funeral service for the Senator Pryor today. She's live outside the Capitol now with details. Sam, lots in attendance today, I'd imagine, including some big names in Arkansas politics.
Yeah, Gary, of course there were, and I think the most notable one, of course, was former President Bill Clinton, who spoke during that service. But then also, I think what was speaking to Senator Pryor's character was the amount of support that there was today when it comes to politics, the amount of support really from both sides. We saw U.S. Senator John Bozeman, Congressman French Hill, former Governor Asa Hutchinson, all Republicans, of course, and then Democrats, former Governor Mike Beebe, and then also Jim Guy Tucker. But what everyone said today, whether they were speaking in the service or just speaking to me one-on-one, was that Senator Pryor's life revolved around one thing, and that was service.
When you run the score up, there's a lot of people who are better off because David Pryor lived.
A force at the ballot box for decades, remembered for much more than his politics.
This was very, very powerful.
People sometimes have asked me over the years, they'll say, you know, what was your dad really like in private?
Senator David Pryor's son, former Senator Mark Pryor, sharing about how his dad might not have known us Arkansans each personally, but he loved us and worked for us.
He was almost exactly the same in private, except he was better.
Senator Pryor started his decades-long political career in the 1960s in the state House of Representatives. He then moved on to U.S. Congress, later coming back to Arkansas and becoming governor in 1975. And then it was back to D.C. serving in the U.S. Senate until 1996. And working closely with former President Bill Clinton while he was in office.
He thought that every person was entitled to live their whole lives in dignity.
Former Governor Jim Guy Tucker, Senator Pryor's former opponent, says their relationship went far beyond that first Senate race for Pryor, which he won. Tucker points Pryor's life back to one main thing.
The whole discussion was about helping other people. And really, that is what political offices do.
All of us who were along for the ride, we're better off too, aren't we?
Senator Mark Pryor has spoken really the last 2 days about the importance of carrying on his dad's legacy, and he says one great example of that is the David and Barbara Pryor Oral and Visual History Center at the University of Arkansas at Fayetteville. Now, former President Bill Clinton did give the audience today a piece of advice that I want to leave you guys with as well. He says that this was kind of reflected in Senator Pryor's life, and then also some advice he gave to his kids. That's never let your family or your values fall behind anything else. He says anytime you have something that comes up that might put that in jeopardy or might come before your family or values, to tell them you have a prior commitment. Reporting live from the state capitol, Samantha Boyd at KARK 4 News.
I like that, Samantha. Thank you very much.